I told you that the same guy who made this game
Give me the kill, give me the kill, give me the kill. Oh.
would end up creating one of the most popular Roblox horror games that we've ever seen. You would probably laugh at my face, but from starting his career making film-centric and ragdoll-induced comedic gameplay to absolute state-of-the-art horror, here's how the developer and his team managed to create the premier horror game on the platform. And most importantly, how doors broke Roblox. I'm Solar and I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so first off, let's take a look at this guy, Lightning Splash, before known as Vonic 10. Lightning Splash made his game dev debut with Ragdoll Mayhem, now called Ragdoll Universe, along with his YouTube channel starting off with an absolute banger. Now, I can't play the music because of copyright, but the game got some general success. The premise was relatively simple, a third-person shooter with ragdoll mechanics. But goddamn, does this game not look fun to you? At the time of recording, it already has around 40 million visits, which is awesome. He continued updating his single game for 2 years, making countless spin-offs, twists, and added features that would later be resembled by their future successors. Doesn't that look familiar? Which soon led to his next game, one that would absolutely break the world and change Roblox forever. Introducing Vocab Havoc. What? Vocab Havoc was a big jump in genre and overall quality as well. Basically, Wordle but multiplayer. It allowed people to battle against friends on who could get the word first, but this ended up performing worse than his previous game, only having around 3.8 million visits. Eventually though, being inspired by a few games, he and another guy would lead a team to their biggest creation yet. And that other guy was Redibles, the man who builds behind the scenes. He mainly posted showcases on his Roblox account, being Roswell's Mansion and UGC Concepts, which are both private. Also, Brutal's Dystopia. Alright, first impressions. Yeah, this is kind of sick. You have this roadway coming in. You have walls. I really like the ambience here. Can I talk to her? No, I can't. Eventually, they would come together to create the game we would all know and love.
What is that? What is that? Looks like an anus. What is that? Whoa! Oh my god, what's going on? Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh! Oh my god! What do I do?
Doors would release on March 14, 2021 and would absolutely shatter the Roblox landscape. It felt like every day that passed, the player count would just go higher and higher and higher. Let's players, streamers, even MatPat were doing videos of this game. And you gotta wonder what made it so special. Well, I boiled it down to 4 main reasons that I call Rossum. For number one, replayability. If you don't know the general mechanics, I'll do a quick rundown.
You mother.
You go down through an elevator into a sort of hotel-type realm, and you have to get through 100 doors before reaching the next elevator. Each door is connected through rooms that change in length and pathway. Some rooms have certain mechanics and preset events along with monsters that appear through certain triggers. Here's the thing though, the rooms themselves are random. In other words, every door's playthrough is an entirely new experience. You can get rushed on floor 2 or floor 15. No one knows. And that's the charm of this game, that not many other Roblox horror games can emulate. Instead of being driven by story, it's driven entirely by gameplay. In other games, you have to rely solely on other people to make things different, but in Doors, everything is different. Which leads me to number 2. Doors is an outlier. The concept itself was pretty unheard of at the time. Most games were taking the mimic route and would just be a puzzle game with a chase sequence in the end, instead of innovating. But Doors was different. It had more of a platform, run-and-gun shooter theme more than anything. While other games had their main focus beyond plot, Doors was centered around building the tension. The light flickers, the eyes gradually increasing, the psst that causes you to flick around to find the rascal. Each mechanic, each room would build up the tension and keep you playing. And once the sequence is over, it builds up again and again and again. It keeps you playing, and it keeps you coming back. Because instead of mashing keys and memorizing algorithms to win, the gameplay is relatively simple. Which leads me to point 3, simplicity. The name's literally Doors, man. You can't get more simple than that. The pictures just show location, just show how... The The pictures just show locations. No players, no stimuli, no nothing. And so it almost piques your interest, like it's illegal. You want to play it by temptation. You look at other games and they have art to show how hype it is to play. You have games such as Freddy the Killer, Survive the Killer of the Fazbears. There's nothing stimulating. The level layouts are monotonous. You could have sworn you've been here before. You've been in this room before. And before. And again. Nothing quite matches the absolute tension you feel walking into this long corridor. The rooms beforehand looked almost the same. The beige-colored walls, the cramped and almost lethargic pacing. Yeah, there were a few cool rooms, but mostly everything stayed in place. Except for this part. Seek's introduction took this game from a solid 7 out of 10 to a full-blown display of how to make horror work. That uneasiness that slowly creeps up on you, knowing that something isn't right, it's absolutely genius. And the way the rooms switch up is amazing. From everything feeling almost glued into place, to shelves and lights falling down, papers flying in the air, hands emerging from the walls and roof. How much more is needed to convey the words you're strewed into the player? The change of pace catches you off guard, and with a relentless beast chasing you, music blasting into your ears, it's an incredible showcase of how a chase scene should play out. But if we're talking about music, I was watching music go hand in hand. Even from the beginning, in his very first solo game, this guy had a knack for making actual masterpieces. Music, and to less than of an extent, ambience, is something that is quite overlooked upon, but adds so much to a Roblox horror game. Indoors did it to perfection. From the joyful elevator jingle to the synths of the ending, it's an absolutely amazing showcase on how simplicity is all it takes to make an amazing game. And it all ends exactly how it started.